Shadow Drapion gonna fire off 2 Poison Stings and the Aqua Tail, looking to remove Shadow Typhlosion from the field of play. Down goes Typhlosion. Come on, Mr. Opponent, bring back out that Chestnut. The opponent probably expects to fully wall Drapion, standard moveset. However, this opponent doesn't know about that Sludge Bomb coverage. They're about to find out. Welcome back to the channel. Today we have an absolute nostalgia moment for both me and my channel, courtesy of an incredible battle submission from Russell Phoenix. Today's intro is going to be a bit on the longer side, as we're going to dive into a quick story before we get into the battle. So way back in Season 7, I set myself the challenge to reach Legend only using Shadow Pokemon. Unfortunately in Season 7, I fell short of that. My maximum elo for that season was 2746, meaning I didn't even hit Expert. Season 7 seems like an eternity ago, if I'm being honest. That was way back in 2021. Back then we had very limited selection on Shadow Pokemon. The best team I could come up with for the Great League was Shadow Swampert, Shadow Skarmory, which of course was a very powerful core back then, utilising Drapion on the safe switch. Of course, most people would think Crunch is mandatory on Drapion. It's a 45 energy move that gets same type attack bonus, doing decent damage with a chance of a defense drop. I tried both Sludge Bomb and Aqua Tail as my second move, and to be honest, whichever one I didn't have, I wish I did. And then it dawned upon me, why choose? Why not have both? If you're going to use Drapion as a safe switch, who the heck is going to switch something in weak to a dark type? I really needed Aqua Tail, leading Skarmory. Back in them early seasons, both Bastiodon and Galarian Stunfisk, aka the Bear Trap, were all too common, so I would be counter swapping my Drapions. We needed access to that cheap, super effective move. Azumarill always has been and essentially always will be an absolute nuisance, so Sludge Bomb was needed for that. Sludge Bomb actually is slightly more damage than Crunch as well, so having Sludge Bomb gave me the ability to two-shot stuff like Altaria and Metachan again, which was super common. What made this moveset even better was the surprise factor. For example, if I did see a Bastiodon, aka the stupid brick wall in the lead, and I fired off an Aqua Tail, people would then be very comfortable switching in something like an Azumarill, assuming that Sludge Bomb would be nowhere to be seen, as Crunch of course is supposed to be mandatory. And my god, was we able to take back Switch time and time again. Just making this moveset adjustment. In Season 8, I was able to hit Legend, becoming the first trainer in the world to reach Legend only using Shadow Pokemon every single battle of every single game. And that was way back on the 30th of August 2021, which was ironically the very final day of the season. Setting myself that challenge is actually the only reason I've got a YouTube channel to start with. I needed somewhere to document my journey, and YouTube seemed like a great place. That team worked so incredibly well, it hit Legend not only in Season 8, but Season 9 as well. Today we're going to see if that spicy moveset is still the secret sauce on the safe switch. Russell Phoenix is going to be eating Sableye, safe switching Drapion on that spicy moveset, looking to bait out any ground type, clearing the path for Sonic the Hedgehog, the mighty core breaker, to sweep the back line. Is it still going to work? Well, there's only one way to find out. Without any further ado, let's get into the battles. And in game 1, Russell is not off to a good start, leading Shadow Sableye into that annoying Marshmallow, or as most of you call it, Wigglytuff. We safe switch into Drapion, baiting out Marowak. Aqua Tail, of course, super effective in this matchup, doing around 65% of their HP. Drapion so incredibly spammy, it is going to force the opponent to throw as well, or they'll be forced to shield if they want that full farm down. The opponent opts to throw the energy. We're going to send out Sableye, and in return, look for the Shadow Claw farm down. Marowak going to reach the departing Bone Club. Bone Club going to get Sableye low, but Sableye is going to bank the Dazzling Gleam. We are spamming the switch. Out comes Sandslash, and just like that, Sandslash is completely core breaking the opponent. Vickersby going to be taken super effective from both the Powder Snow and the Ice Punch combination, but likewise, the Fire Punch is going to be double super effective. However, we've got the energy lead and we pace at the same speed, taking 10 turns to both them punches, meaning we're always going to win this 2-shield scenario. Russell goes down both Protect Shields, farms up to the double Ice Punch, and the opponent's got a decision to make. Ice Punch removes Vickersby from the field of play, the opponent putting all their hopes and dreams on the Marshmallow. We fire off one Powder Snow and the Drill Run. Drill Run does do slightly more damage, but after the Ice Punch buff a couple of seasons ago, Ice Punch is actually now more energy efficient. We land the Drill Run, fire off the Ice Punch, forcing the opponent's final Protect Shield, and this game is over. Wigglytuff would lose CMP to Sableye if they commit to that full tap, charm down, farm down. However, they opt to fire off the Swift. We've got that Gleam Bank, and just like that, we're off to a 1-0 start. GG's, and thanks for playing. Heading into the next battle. Oh, come on, man. You've got to be kidding me. Back-to-back Marshmallows. Once again, we utilise Shadow Drapion on the save switch, baiting out Bastiodon. On paper, this should be an awful matchup. A Steel double resist poison and Rock resist poison as well. I mean, our quick move is triple resisted, but Drapion, the channel mascot, so incredibly spammy, taking only 4 poison things or 8 turns to that super effective Aqua Tail. Bastiodon is so bloody slow. It takes 21 turns or 7 smackdowns, meaning we've just got such a heavy pacing advantage here. Russell, looking to get the most out of his Drapion, maintains a disciplined fast move timing, unlike our opponent, who gave us a free poison sting, spamming the charge move as soon as they got it. Drapion fires off the next Aqua Tail. Drapion again, able to reach one more. The opponent already down 1 protect shield. Are they going to double shield in the mid game? Of course they are, as this opponent's running some kind of fast move pressure team. However, if it's a Razor Leafer in the back, this game's over. Sandslash is going to completely clean up. We send out Sableye, the opponent not wanting to concede a farm down, switch lock their Marshmallow, and Sandslash hits the field of play. This is only a Swift, but as it's a triple fast move pressure team, I'd consider shielding this. Russell agrees. You may as well use them shields. This might be the last charge move the opponent makes. We overfarm, fire off the Drill Run. Drill Run isn't lethal. We're able to Powder Snow farm down before the next charm registers. Unfortunately for us, it isn't a Razor Leafer, it's Marowak. Marowak going to be hitting for massive damage with these Mud Slaps, but Sandslash able to outpace to the next Ice Punch. Ice Punch will be removing Marowak from the field of play. Back out comes Bastiodon. Switch timer pops up. We go for the wham, bam, combo play. Send back out Sableye. Fire off the foul play. And we take that game. Mr. Opponent, your fast move pressure team shall not pass. Heading into the next battle. The tough leads are unrelenting as we see Galarian Weezing in the lead. Again, this is where Sludge Bomb is nice. Sludge Bomb, of course, only neutral, but does get same type attack bonus and does objectively more than Aqua Tail. The opponent farm up to an overheat. We look to call the bait, and the opponent like, you nuke me, I'll nuke you. Ouch. Overheat might hit hard, however, comes at a cost of harshly lowering your own attack, which means Sableye can come in, Shadow Claw farm down, and take very little fast move pressure. The opponent recognises they're going to get farmed down and send out Blastoise. Nice to bait out Big Boy Blastoise, as the Powder Snow variant of Sableye doesn't do particularly well into this matchup. We might only be a few battles into today's shoutcast, but today's featured battler has very, very good fast move timing. So in this matchup, using Shadow Claw or 2-turn moves, you want to throw out 1, 4 or 7 against 3-turn roller, and he's done that perfectly. As we've thrown at good fast move timing, I think we can actually fully farm down. Come on, Sableye, get there, Sableye gets the perfect farm down. The opponent dies with the next Hydro Cannon. Back out comes Galarian Weezing. They're instantly greeted with the foul play. Foul play removes G-Weezy from the field of play, and out comes Lapras. A Lapras in the back is quite tricky for us. So it's 12 Psywaves to the first Sparkling Aurea. So we threw 5 Shadow Claws. The opponent would be 1 Psywave off the first Sparkling Aurea. I'd have considered switching, banking this energy, and try and force the opponent to manage that energy well if they want to win this battle. However, I think potentially we can reach 2 charge moves and win CMP. The opponent fire off the first Sparkling Aurea. They're going to be 5 off with the sneak. They're going to be 1 off. I think this is going to be CMP for the win. Sandslash lands the Drill Run, throws the 1 Powder Snow, reaches the Ice Punch. Who was worried? Evidently I was, but Russell was not. And we take an incredibly close game. GG's, very well played. Heading into the next battle. We lead Shadow Sableye into Chestnut. I like this pick in the Great League. If you haven't seen my Typhlosion video, I would 100% recommend checking it out, as that team went absolutely bananas. We stay in, a shield at the Frenzy Plant. Out comes Typhlosion. Probably not my team, as I'd definitely be safe switching Drapion if that was the team they were running. Russell with so much energy fires off the first foul play. Again, very good fast move time and 2 Shadow Claws and the next foul play, and Drapion hits the field of play. The opponent farm up to a Blast Burn. They're only going to get 1 opportunity to throw it. They go for the Thunder Punch bait, but that bait will not be saving Shadow Typhlosion's fate. Drapion fires off 2 Poison Stings and the Aqua Tail. Down goes Typhlosion. Come on, trainer, bring back out that Chestnut. I promise you fully wall us. Chestnut re-enters the arena. Sorry, Chestnut, I love you, buddy, but today is not your day. Remove yourself from my screen, and out comes the Kentucky Fried Chicken. Bird of Death, Drapion, still not done. Gonna fire off the Aqua Tail. And if that Incinerate doesn't knock us out, the opponent's going to be forced to dump energy. The opponent does exactly that. Drapion absolutely popping off. The opponent fire off the Flame Charge. As long as Sableye survives the Incinerate, which we do, we're going to be able to reach the foul play. And Sandslash gets a well-deserved rest on the bench. What a win. Drapion, you monster. Heading into the next battle, we see Corviknight in the lead. A pretty neutral matchup, and as they're running sand attack, the sand attacks would hit our backline for super effective. The opponent farming up a boatload of energy. Russell last second invest to protect shield. Ooh, payback. Payback would have done quite a lot. I was recently thinking, why do more people not run payback on this thing? Most opt for Iron Head and Sky Attack. The opponent say switches into a Azumarill and Drapion's target has been acquired. Russell gonna full send the sludge bomb. Does the opponent respect the damage? They do not. Azumarill like, what the heck is going on? Well, trainer, we're running that spicy moveset and you've been caught sleeping. The opponent fire off the play rough. Drapion gets a huge poison sting farm down and leaves absolutely loaded. If Corviknight re-enters the arena, we can just knock him out of an Aqua Tail or force a shield. Back out comes Corviknight. Drapion fires off the Aqua Tail. Down goes Corviknight. Oh no, it's Guzzlord in the back. This Aqua Tail isn't going to do much of anything. The opponent's probably going to top left in 3, 2, 1. There's the concede. GG's and thanks for playing. For far too long, Azumarill has been so comfortable against Drapion, and today we are getting our redemption. In the next battle, yet another charm lead. My is Russell losing a lot of leads, but pulling off some crazy dubs. Our Drapion say switch baits out Diggersby. The opponents give us a huge energy lead. Russell able to fire off the next Aqua Tail on the CMP tie to the first Scorching Sands. I wonder if we're going to consider shielding. I don't dislike this shield here, to be honest. Even if the opponent fire punch bait, which they do, we're going to be able to reach one further Aqua Tail, either taking back switch or forcing our shield back. Unsurprisingly, the opponent gives that shield up. They're not really going to lose that super positive alignment of Charmeleon and Ninetales into Sableye. Russell sends Sableye back into the arena. He's going to overfarm, fire off the foul play, looking to remove this thick bunny from the field of play. At this point, we really need Sandslash to be good against not only Ninetales, but what's in the back. The opponents stay in, clearly with no ideas what to do. They are completely core broken as out comes Toxapex. Sandslash fires off the first drill run, doing half their health. Russell not messing around, going straight for the next drill run, and the opponent's got a decision to make. I think they've made the wrong one. They're putting all their hopes and dreams on Ninetales, but what can Ninetales do? They literally cannot hurt Sandslash. The opponent fire off the Weather Ball, that's double resisted, and the opponent concedes the match. GG's, and thanks for playing. To be honest, no matter where the opponent burnt that final shield, they were in trouble. Sandslash was a huge core breaker for them. In the next battle, yet another fairy lead. We say switch into Drapion and out comes Dragonite. We're going for a cheeky Aqua Tail bait. Aqua Tail forces the protect shield. We look to reach the sludge bomb. The opponent not taking any chances and opt to dump energy. Russell going to shield up the Dragon Claw. And this time we're full sending. Is the opponent willing to 2-shield here in the mid-game matchup? Unfortunately they are. Switch advantage has not been won, but we do force both protect shields off the opponent. Russell going to send in Sandslash. Go for the 1-shield, Powder Snow farm down. I thought we was actually going to call it then. There's no reason for the opponent to bait. The opponent sends back out Carbink. Sandslash going to overfarm before firing off the Drill Run. Drill Run is super effective, but their silly butt plug is insanely thick. Drill Run put a very solid dent in Carbink, but unfortunately not quite enough. The opponent fire off the Power Gem, rocking us into the red. We bank the Drill Run for the road, pivot into Sableye, baiting out Whimsicott. The opponent doesn't commit to the Moonblast, and that could give us a very good chance of winning this game. Seed Bomb simply does not cut it. Sableye going to fire off the Dazzling Gleam. Does Dazzling Gleam knock out? Yes, it does. And this game's over. We've got the Drill Run locked and loaded. It's going to be high Carbink, by Carbink, with Sandslash once again on cleanup duty. GG's. Heading into the next battle. Show me something that isn't a fairy type. Oh my days. I talked that one into existence. Yet another fairy in the lead position. We say switch into Drapion. The opponents stay in. At worst, this is only a sludge. A sludge is resisted, but does a very solid chunk when it's Shadow on Shadow crime. We're going straight for the Sludge Bomb. Sludge Bomb hopefully sneaks through the Protect Shields, and it does, and down goes Galarian Weezing. Sludge Bomb once again coming in clutch. The opponent sends out Lapras. Lapras going to get a very hefty farm down, but Drapion still not done. Going to reach one further Sludge Bomb, rocking them below half health. The opponent does get a huge Sideway farm down. We send out Sableye. Russell last second, going to invest the Protect Shield, blocking up the Sparkle Aura, and the opponent reveals their own Sableye in the back. We're going to farm to the Gleam, fire off the Foul Play, and what looks like to be a CMP tie. So good information to know that we've got the higher attack. Where does Russell Phoenix burn that final Protect Shield? Last second again, he chooses the Shield Sableye. I don't dislike that shield. He's going to overfarm, fire off the Foul Play. This should force the opponent's final Protect Shield, and it does. We're then going to farm up, look to catch the Foul Play onto Sandslash, and the catch attempt is unsuccessful. Foul play shouldn't do too much. Oh, power gem. The opponent's still on the old moveset, but Sandslash holds strong. Back out, comes Lapras. Lapras going to be straight in and straight out. The opponent going to try and Shadow Claw farm down, leaving with a charge move. Unable to do it. We Simul KO. Our Sableye is still alive, and we take that game. Heading into the next battle, we see the Quagman in the lead position. Arguably the greatest Mud Boy in the Great League, in my humble opinion. The opponent doesn't farm up to a Stone Edge, so we're easily able to tank an Aqua Tail on Mud Bomb. The opponent reveals Aqua Tail is their choice of cheap move. Potentially they've got Aqua Tail and Mud Bomb. I've seen a few of them, but I think Stone Edge is kind of mandatory. Out comes Clodsire. We fire a Foul Play, then make the pivot into Sandslash. The opponent farms the Earthquake bait with the Sludge Bomb. Who doesn't love to bait a Shadow Pokemon, but undeterred, Russell Phoenix going to heavily overfarm before firing off the Ice Punch. Ice Punch forces our shield back. If we correctly shield an Earthquake here, we're going to be able to fully Powder Snow farm them down. There's the Earthquake. The opponent not wanting to concede a farm down, send back out the Quagmire, instantly greeted with the next Ice Punch. Ice Punch gets the opponent low. The opponent going to strike with the Aqua Tail, but Aqua Tail simply won't cut it. Quagsire is now nothing but free farm for Sandslash. Sandslash farms down and leaves very close to a charge move. Clodsire very unlikely to return, as Poison Sting is going to be double resisted. The opponent instead send out Fortress, Drill Run, force the Protect Shield, Quick Switch into Sableye. Sableye fires off the Foul Play lands. If the opponent fully Volt Switch farm us down, we are in huge trouble. Although one Earthquake probably doesn't knock out, Fortress doesn't really have the greatest attack. Drapion now has to contend with not one but two Pokemon with access to Earthquake, but the opponent instant throw. Please tell me they're spamming the Rock Tomb. The opponent does exactly that. Fire off the Rock Tomb. They're going to get farmed down. The opponent sends out Clodsire, and I've just noticed we're now running Crunch. Crunch isn't quite lethal. We pivot into Sandslash. Sandslash able to Powder Snow farm down. We Simul KO and take that game. Heading into the next battle, yet another Fairy in the lead. Russell running the absolute gauntlet today of tough lead after tough lead. So for the last few battles, we're going to see the Sludge Bomb Crunch moveset on Drapion and see how that shapes up. So most commonly, most people run Aqua Tail Crunch, so it's nice to see the two other variations of moveset. Again, we're able to surprise Luke, a Galarian Weezing. Out comes the Panda Bear. We've already shown Sludge Bomb, so this should force our shield back, and does exactly that. The Panda Bear very glassy in the Great League. Night Slash still won't cut it from here. The opponent going to need to close combat. The opponent take no chances. Fire off the close combat, removing us from the field of play. Back out comes Sableye. The opponent fire off the Night Slash, and as they've debuffed their own defense, we could just fire off a Foul Play. The Panda Bear already the next Night Slash. Russell going to burn that Protect Shield. We need to be careful. The opponent can catch on the low health Weezing, but no catch attempts made. Foul Play removes the Panda Bear from the field of play. And once again, we see a Shadow Sableye in the back. Russell goes straight for his Foul Play. Foul Play forces the Protect Shield. We pivot into Sandslash. There's the attempted catch. The opponent, I'm not entirely sure why they switched out there. We didn't even have the energy for the Ice Punch or Drill Run. We're not complaining, and we take that game. In the next battle, we find ourselves in a very unfamiliar position. Hard winning the lead. The opponent Safe Switch into Sandslash. Whilst I think Sandslash is very good, you've seen us utilise it time and time again in the closer. I don't think it's a very good Safe Switch. It's got not one, but two double weaknesses. To get the most out of Sandslash, you kind of want to use it in the closer or as a counter swap to someone else's Safe Switch. You never want to throw it out, because then you kind of just pray and the opponent isn't running a fighter or a fire type. See, what Russell's done here is, he's pivoted into Drapion knowing he's going to bait back out that Claydol. Our Sandslash now gets to avoid this Claydol. Sableye is still alive, and then we're going to have Sandslash in the correct alignment against that Guzzlord in the back. So that's how you should use Sandslash. You need to kind of navigate it in a position advantageous for yourself, rather than chancing it on the Safe Switch. I think this is an easy shield. Russell going to call the Rock Tomb. A Scorching Sands would have knocked us out. That is a huge bait call. We're now going to fire off the Foul Play. Foul Play debuffed isn't going to cut it. We're going to pivot into Sandslash. We can just go for the one shield. Powder Snow farm down. The opponent inevitably going to debuff us, but it's too little, too late. Guzzlord re-enters the arena. Russell again throws a very nice fast move time and throws the Ice Punch. Ice Punch, massive damage. If the opponent's on Crunch, this might actually get close. The opponent's thrown only 4 Dragon Towers. This can only be a brutal swing. I think here we've got to farm down. Unless I'm forgetting, is that Claydol like 1 HP or something? Oh, that's quite a healthy Claydol. No, we try and Powder Snow farm down. We actually get Mud Slap farm down. I think that's probably the only battle today that I think Russell's played where I think he perhaps could have made some different plays and emerged victorious. I think other than that, his gameplay has been super clean. In the next battle, we see Primeape in the lead position. The opponent banks a bucketload of energy before say switching into Furret. Furret very oppressive with the sucker punches, but Sandslash going to fully wall both Swift and Trailblaze, as Steel will resist both normal and grass. We should be able to survive this charge move, but who's going to win the fast move race? Unfortunately, the opponent able to farm us down before we farm them down, and switch advantage has been lost. Drapion comes in, gets the Poison Sting farm down. We now find ourselves in the bait game. Is the opponent going to Rage Fist? Are they going to CC? Last second, we respect it. Great, huge shield deployed, and out comes Mew. This is certainly a matchup where we appreciate having Crunch, but I think the opponent's always shielding this, regardless of what we throw. The opponent does shield up the Crunch. We go for the wham, bam, combo play, send out Sableye. All foul play goes unshielded. I think at this point, you can just Sting farm down. That's exactly what we do. We send out Drapion, get a huge Poison Sting farm down. Primeape has dumped a lot of its energy. We reach the double crunch. The opponent's only got one chance to CC. Russell, like a savage, calls the bait. Huge cojones on this man. We fire off the first crunch. Crunch goes unshielded, and we take that game. What a way to end the video. GG's, and thanks for playing. And that is just about going to wrap things up for today's Shoutcast. A huge shout out to Russell Phoenix for not only providing today's very fun battle footage, giving me some nostalgia moments, but also showcasing some very clean and crisp gameplay. Very impressive stuff. So if you're enjoying the content, smash that like button. If you're new, consider subscribing if you like your battles featured on my channel. A link to my battle submission form is down below. And as always, a huge thanks to everyone for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one.